If, for example, you find copy or video or voice of someone out there who's doing what you want and that what you want to do, and it's good for what you think, you can copy and paste that into the AI and say, analyze that text and give me the output that looks like that. So show ChatGPT what good looks like. Give it that context so it actually can deliver what you want it to deliver. Use punctuation like full stops, commas, and colons. That's quite important. Use our control method. It's actually CTL, so which I'll explain in just a second, but CTL on the keyboard is the control key. And you also want to be polite because it definitely can't hurt. Look, there's no guarantees that Skynet's not going to happen, and AI sometime in the future will gain sentience and probably take over the world. If that's the case, I don't think it can hurt to be polite to it now, because it might want to come back and exert some revenge on those who are quite rude. So what I want to give you guys now is the control method. If you use this, you'll get better results from all of your prompts. So the first thing is context. So C stands for context. This is what the AI is about to do. So whenever you give your prompts, most people don't, they just tell it what they want. They don't give it any context. Now, in your head, you know what you want. You know the context for why you want the prompts and, some experience you can draw on. It's all in your head. The AI doesn't have that. So you need to give it the context for what it's about to do. The T stands for task. This is simply what you want it to do. And then the L stands for limitations. So this is things like word limit, tone of voice, what not to say, formats, keywords, and a whole bunch more. So with your prompts, what you want to do is give it context, give it the task, and then set the boundaries with the limitations, and you'll get drastically improved outputs. Now, when you get this right, you can do things like cloning yourself. You can essentially give it your style, tone, format, all that stuff, and it will write and sound just like you. You can clone yourself. You can also recreate world-class content for yourself. So as I was saying beforehand, when you show ChatGPT what good looks like, you can just go to some of the best in the world, whether it's like just, let's just say, for example, Tony Robbins. You can analyze his speech and you can then create a speech for yourself that's just like his. You're recreating a world-class speech, but about your topic, because you can take what good looks like from Tony Robbins and use AI to recreate it for you. And there's a whole bunch of other things you can do as well. So let's have a quick little look at this and a bit of an example. So the prompt is, we're going to write a creative short story about how awesome Chris is. It will be set in space and have a beginning, middle, and end. Write the short story, including a title for it in an interesting, engaging tone. Limit to 75 words or less. So the context is, we're going to write a creative short story about how awesome Chris is, because as awesome as I am, the AI doesn't know it yet until we give it that context. It will be set in space and have a beginning, middle, and end. The task is, write the short story, including a title for it. Very, very short and simple. And the limitations are, we want it in an interesting, engaging tone, limited to 75 words or less. So let's have a look at what it actually came out with. Chris and the Cosmic Catalyst. In a galaxy buzzing with mediocrity, Chris shone like the North Star. At the start, space was a chaotic mess. Then Chris, using a space guitar, strummed a melody that synced star systems and soothed black holes. Middle galaxies danced, nebulae swirled in harmony. As the final note resonated, the universe, now in symphony, whispered its gratitude. Chris just winked, that's what I'm here for, and the legend echoed eternally. So definitely not bad there at all. Now, that wouldn't have been possible without the CTL method. It would have come out with something not as cool as that. But guys, recently, ChatGPT also introduced the ability to understand and act on images.